folks? It's the good old Agent Grimlock from the Anonymous Republic Network. Wow. I cannot believe what I'm hearing. RT's did a story on DOJ targeting parents angry over masking and critical race theory. And today we're going to call out every single school board member across this great country. Okay? Now, I want to play a part of this. I'm going to turn up here.
So you may or may not have had a scene like this at your local school board meeting, the scene at the Williamson County School Board meeting in Tennessee. And that was actually a pretty mild case compared to some of the others that we're seeing, as many school boards across the country are seeing the same thing. Angry parents chanting, heckling during meetings revolved around the same two topics: face mask requirements and claims that schools are teaching critical race theory. But as of late, things have been taken to the next level. There's a major spike in harassment and violent threats against school board members and teachers. So now the Justice Department is stepping in.
See? This is where it is going now. School Board Association is wanting the FBI, wanting the DOJ to help to put parents in their place. Well, two things that are really pissing off parents: masking and critical race theory. See, the school board member people have done it to themselves because they want to push this. They want to push this shit, man. Parents are angry at this. Parents are saying enough is enough. Now, the reason why school boards
did it. You did what no one else could have done. You saved us all. We owe you our lives. Every one of us. So on behalf of the passengers and crew of the Republic Transport Essex, thank you.
The reason that school board members are
Of course.
where they feel like they're back in the corner is because they are pushing. They're pushing this, and they're pushing this. They're pushing this critical race theory and masking. Now, and the reason they want the FBI and the DOJ involved is because their authority is being challenged. Their authority is being challenged because they don't want to be challenged.
Joining me now to talk about all of this, Tyrell Ventura, host of Watching the Hawks. Tyrell, great to see you, happy and healthy. Tyrell, look, I get it. The everyday American alone is confused about masks on, masks
bullshit.
off, and when, and getting a child to do it on top of all of that, I cannot even imagine. But Tyrell, you have an Ohio mom writing a letter to a school board saying you're not our enemies and you'll be removed one way or another. You have a school board member in Wisconsin who just resigned saying that he and his family don't feel safe. The feds handle stuff like this all the time, but should this stay local, or is it actually really time to bring in the feds on this one?
I think without a doubt it should stay local, because at the end of the day these are local issues and need to have local authorities take action, because anytime you bring it up to the federal level, well then you're talking about you no longer are using a scalpel, you're using a broadsword. And when you take things to a federal level, they don't know what the issues is. They don't know the actors involved on the local level the same way local police do or local authorities do, to where they can say, okay.
Yeah, it's best to keep it local. But you know, when you got these school board morons, like what Tyrell, just like Tyrell Ventura said, one resigned because out of fear. No, he resigned not out of fear. He resigned because the school board member didn't like his authority challenge with the other board members, so he resigned out of a bitch fit, you know. I really want every school board member to take a step back, because even they could face some backlash and also some legal trouble. Parents have the right to be concerned about their kids. They have a right to be concerned over what happens to their kids in school. A school board cannot say, well, you gotta do what we say, which technically it's fucking stupid, really. Because here's the thing. Parents are pissed, okay? They just seen a teacher in Sacramento, California, up north, Sacramento, get fired because he was a member of Antifa, wanted to indoctrinate students into becoming radicals, which pissed off parents. One mom got pissed off because her daughter got indoctrinated, got brainwashed by his teacher, and when can the school boards understand, man? You are paid by the taxpayers to do your fucking job and to do what's best for the students, not for yourself. Do what's best for the student, because you got a teacher who had a Mao Zedong, who had a Antifa flag, Mao Zedong, Kim Jong-un type of shit, on the wall. And it made one student uncomfortable. Doesn't that tell you something? The school boards are making it political. Very political. Keep politics out of school. Okay?
Hey, well, this threat, this person, we know this person's just a loudmouth. Or, no, we know this person is a legitimate danger to this school board member, so we can act on that. If you bring in the feds, and you bring in the heavy-handed actions of the federal government, FBI, DOJ, to police these crimes or to investigate these potential crimes, you're asking for a lot of trouble. And I highly disagree with what the school. Recently, a lot of school board members from across the country wrote a long letter to Biden asking for help on this issue. I understand asking for help, but you also at the same time cannot try to say that these are acts of domestic terrorism. We've had parents and people like that going off on school boards for a long time, far back as I can remember. And the tragedy of all this is, sorry I'm talking for a while here, but there's a lot I have to say on this. The tragedy of all this is that this is all for a lot of Americans, this is all they have left in terms of how they feel they can vent. Now, I disagree with a lot of the complaints that these people are making at these school board meetings. I do believe kids should wear a mask in school. I do believe we need, public safety is an important thing, and it's not some grand conspiracy just to get us all to wear masks and look foolish. But at the same time, it saddens me to see that this is the only way for a lot of people to feel that they can interact with our political system here, is to go to a school board meeting and disrupt it. And that truly is it shows you the tragic state of American politics this time. But for a lot of people, this is the only way they can vent.
And I'm so glad you said this, because it's almost like you just wrote my next question for you. the U.S. is insanely polarized. That's no secret. But Tyrell, you know, again, it is one thing to have disagreements in the political sphere. Just like you mentioned, this is now trickling into school systems. It's like every aspect of our lives, from work to then your job to now school, everything's political. You're saying, you know, what you just said was such a great point, but
It makes a good point. If you go to the federal level, you are asking for trouble. I mean, I can understand, you know, I can understand the mask thing. Okay, I do. But what I don't get is you got these school boards who are pushing the deal on critical race theory, which is not necessarily a curriculum that people want. And there has to be a discussion on should it or shouldn't it be it should be a talking piece, talk about, you know, a discussion, not a school curriculum. It should be talked about, not put as a curriculum. Okay. Now, when you realize that parents are hearing about this, it's a left-wing agenda, a Democratic agenda, that they want to push this race theory onto people because they want to punish the white people. Why? You know, this is about taking a point here. Period. Okay, no bullshit. Okay, no bullshit. I just find it really, really stupid. I mean, really fucking stupid. You know? Just downright fucking stupid. I'm not, you know, going to fall for this crap. You know, I just think it's all bullshit. You know, all really is bullshit. But when you get a school board writing letters to the DOJ, to the FBI, to Joe Biden, Mr. President, can you come help us? We're in trouble. Oh, okay, you're in trouble. But here's my question. If you're in trouble, keep it local. If you make it federal, you're not going to be in a good position. Parents are not terrorists. They are concerned parents who are worried about their kids. They're worried about their kids. You know? Don't make it personal because they challenge your shit. No. They're concerned parents. Let them be concerned. They could care less about the goddamn school board people. All they want them to do is fucking listen. Listen to their concerns. Okay? Listen to their concerns. Wow, they ain't got the balls to do it? Wow. How about vote these motherfuckers out of office? Vote them out of office. Do it. Let them know that, hey, guess what? We could fucking vote you out of office very easily. When's your next re-election coming up? We're gonna vote you out then. And it has pissed off a lot of damn people. The school board fuckers don't quite understand. They feel like they feel threatened. They're gonna say, "We're gonna call a recess." Then what happens? They call a recess then to walk out the back door, jump in their hoity-toity car, and run with the tail between their fucking legs, man.
What is at the disgusting root of all of this polarization? What is it?
Well, I mean, when you get down to the polarization, what's really at the root of this, and look, bringing politics into the school board is actually an old story. That's been going on since the 1980s, even maybe as far back as the 1970s, where people try to politicize what kids are learning. That's why there's even a mention of critical race theory to begin with, because we've so whitewashed our history programs or you've had religious groups trying to step in to say, well, we can't teach evolution because that somehow goes against God. So the politicizing of our school systems and our school boards and things like that, that's an old story here in the United States. Now, what has got us so divided in this country is because at the end of the day, all we hear all day long is fear-mongering from both sides of the political spectrum through their propaganda news outlets of saying, oh, you need to be afraid of this person, you need to be afraid of that person, fear, 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 fear. They're trying to indoctrinate your kids. All of this hyper fear. Why? Because they want clicks, they want ratings, and they want to get you riled up so you'll vote for them. But at the end of the day, all that fear doesn't accomplish anything. It's the cheapest political strategy in the book. What really accomplishes something is actually reaching across that aisle, trying to understand why someone would get so afraid that they would threaten a school board member and act like an idiot. Why they would potentially break the law or even physically harm someone. What drove them to that point? And if you can understand that, then hopefully we can start cutting down the tribalism in this country and actually starting to communicate with each other again, and hopefully make the country better that way, rather than hiding into our little groups of political sane thought and spurning and shooing away anybody who might have a different idea, a different opinion, or is wrong. But rather than try to teach them, we'll just throw them in jail and lock them, throw away the key, or throw them in social media jail and throw away the key. Rather than actually trying to have a real discourse and dialogue with people in this country.
It's interesting because talking to your father a bunch of times when he was in studio here, he said the same thing, that he reached across the aisle so I could see like father, like son. Tyrell, great to see you. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Now, think about that for a moment. No, think for a moment. You're a parent, and your kids come home and tell you what's going down. Holy crap! It puts you in a spot, man. It puts you in a spot that it's gonna make you question, like, why is this a problem? Then you get the reason why it is a problem. All you school board members across this great country, you are really fucking up. You're letting the fears of concerned parents getting in your face, telling you what they're concerned about. It shows. It shows. And it proves. You don't care. You don't care. All you care about is sitting in that seat of power, collecting taxpayer money. That's all you care about. You don't care about the students. You want to keep it. You want to keep it where that you want to keep it where you have all this power. You want to keep a lot of this shit from parents, which they have a right to know, which basically you're all fucking up. Parents have a right to know what goes on in their kid's school. Okay? Their child is in the local school. Okay? They're in the classroom learning, getting an education. All of a sudden they get this, oh, you need to wear a mask for a while. That's fine. But the thing is, the critical race theory bullshit. What is this shit? What is this shit, man? And now you want to send the feds on the parent because they are concerned about their children. Okay, it's like you're telling parents you have no right to be concerned about your child's well-being. Oh, suck my dick. Okay, kiss my ass. Parents have the right to be concerned about their kids, right? You can't say, well, you're not allowed to be concerned about your kid's well-being. Come again? You're telling parents you're not allowed to be concerned about your kid's well-being. Oh, go fuck yourself. I'm a parent myself. My son's 22. I worry about him, but you know it's even when he was a kid, I'll concerned about what goes on in his classroom or his school. Because you got school board people that are corrupted, stupid asses and shit. Don't care. And plus, what's with the superintendent getting $400,000 a year and the teachers are not getting a goddamn raise? How about we stop giving these district how about we stop giving raises to these district superintendents who is making $400,000 a year, and take some of that money and give it to the teachers. Okay, give them a raise. Stop voting on giving these cocksuckers raises and shit, man. They don't deserve a goddamn raise, man. A superintendent doesn't not deserve a fucking raise. Teachers, no, they deserve a raise. I also want to call out these left-winging teachers something. Stop making things political. Okay? You're a teacher, not a fucking politician. Okay? You're a teacher. Teach. Don't be a stupid fuck. Okay? Don't be a stupid fuck. Teach. Okay? Teach. History, math, science. Not the political bullshit that you're trying to teach the kids here. They're not ready for it yet. You teach math, science, arithmetic. You teach them about history and shit. Not the political bullshit that you've been teaching them. And you know what? If the students want to stand for the national anthem, you fucking let them. Don't get mad at them because they don't follow along with your ideology bullshit. Because they're not ready for it, folks. They're not ready for it at all. And this is what's happening. They want to indoctrinate your kids into stupidityville. Your kids deserve better. Okay, folks? Your kids deserve better. Better teachers. You know? Let's take politics out of education, and let's all roll up into a ball and shove it up the ass of the school board members. Make them feel what suffering's all about. Make them understand in a non-violent way and say, hey, look, my kids need to learn about history, math, science, you name it. Not this political theory bullshit, not this critical race theory bullshit. Teach them math, science, okay? Or I'll teach them methods on why 5 toes are in your ass. Okay, just leave it at that. Stupid fucks. I'm Andrew Grimlock from the Anonymous Republic Network. I want to thank you guys for watching. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for notification, and if you got this transmission, you are the resistance. And I'll see you all in a video. Peace out. Godspeed.